Hey, welcome to Miss D Six Women Sports, where you have your news on sports, the latest news, any new latest developments, and we had a busy night of women's college basketball tonight. So we had a busy night. Some of the scores: Arizona lost to Kansas State, 62-47. They are 2-4 in the Big 12 and 11-8. Very surprising. But Kansas State 6-0 in the Big 12 and an 18-1 overall. It could be a dangerous team come tournament time. North Carolina. North Carolina. Ooh, beat up on SMU 64-33. North Carolina's ranked number 14. They 4-2 in the SEC. SMU is 10-8 and 2-4 in the ACC. Now SMU coming off a really bad loss. They had like a 30-point lead at half, and they wound up losing the game. And seemed like they recovered tonight. They lost 64-33. Wow, Duke really laid it on California. 72-38. 38 points from a team that's ranked number 18. 38 points. 16-3 overall, 4-2 in the conference. They lost to number 16, Duke, who's 14-4 overall and 5-1 at ACC. That was a bad loss for California. Wow. So we have Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. Georgia Tech has been playing pretty good, but they lost to Notre Dame 81-66. Georgia Tech is 15-3 overall and 3-3 in the conference. Of course, Notre Dame is ranked number 3. They're 15-2 overall and 6-0 in the conference. In the SEC, number 7 Texas, they dropped down to number 5 from 7. Dropped down to 7 from number 5. They 17-2, 4-1 in the conference. They won 74-57 against Auburn, who's 99-0-5, have no wins in SEC. Rough go for Auburn. Oklahoma, who's 15-3 overall and 3-2 in the conference, beat Missouri 80-63, 11-9. Missouri overall, they have no wins. Tennessee won 86-73, 15-2. They ranked number 15 in the nation, and they 3-2 in the conference. And Mississippi State is 15-4 and 2-3 in the conference. You have Pittsburgh, who coming off a dazzling win over SMU. They was down by 30. They lost to NC State, 21st ranked. They 13-4 overall NC State, and they 5-1 in the conference. They won 83-67, and Pittsburgh is 9-10 and 1-5. So the only win was that dramatic 30-point comeback. Some of the other scores you have: Ohio State, number 9, beating Wisconsin 80-69. They're 17-0, still undefeated, one of the 3 undefeated teams. 6-0 in the Big Ten, and they beat Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is 10-8 and 1-6. And of course, you have number 2 ranked South Carolina. They beat Alabama. I want to see how this Jimmy Butler situation is going to play out. I think next month is the NBA free agent market. And I want to see how that's going to go. Now, from Bleacher Report, every team, what every team would do if the 2025 NBA deadline was today. The teams are either looking to move players' contracts or just get rid of some of the players. Bleacher Report said about certain teams, and of course they go through every 30 team, and I might go through some. I'll go through quickly as possible here. Start with Atlanta Hawks. Dream target Colin Sexton. He's played for the Utah Jazz. He's having a big year. 21 points, 5.1 assists, 21% from the three in his last 13 games. But their realistic target is Vinicius Mitchell from the Charlotte Hornets. I think I said that right. At first round, a pass first guard who can fill the playmaking void Trae Young has to sit. In 11 starts the season, he was filling in for injured LaMelo Ball. He's 31 years old, 6.2 assists while shooting 35.3 for the field. Oh, that's pretty good. Colin Sexton might be something that they might not go for, maybe because it's pay. Boston Celtics. Defending champions. Keon Ellis, shooting guard. And the Celtics might have to get rid of Al Horford and use Jalen Springer $4 million salary to match money. So Ellis is making $2.1 million from the Kings. That's a nice bargain. 6'6", averages 7 points, 1.5 steals. That's pretty good for them. They need a shooting guard. I like Al Horford, getting a little older. Might have to bite the bullet. But they said a realistic target is Torrey Craig. He's had injuries, has been inconsistent, but he shoots 42.9% from the three when given the opportunity. And he's a veteran, and it will help with additional wing depth. Of course, you have, Al Horford's getting older. I was out 40, and he's a little younger, I think. Torrey Craig. Let's go to Nets. Jonathan Kuminga, athletic, will be the perfect building block for the Nets. But I don't know if the Golden State Warriors are going to give up on him. They already traded Dorian Finney-Smith. Their realistic target is Ding. Osman Ding. But the Thunder paid a heavy price, so they might not trade him unless they get the same value. He's 21, 3 years in the league, so they might get him. Charlotte Hornets bringing back the Carolina young man. He's from South Carolina. Going back to the Carolinas will be Zion Williamson. Pelicans. Power forward. That would be a nice thing to have a home guy. The thought of a LaMelo to Williamson alley-oop may shatter speakers across the country. But would it be so worth it? So Williamson will be a perfect fit with the Hornets group alongside Ball, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, and others. But they say their realistic target is a point guard. So you go from a power forward as powerful as Zion to a point guard. So I guess they're looking at the durability of Ball. He missed 11 games and counting due to injury this far. Bringing in a young yet experienced point guard like Jones would provide some assurance at the position and help prevent any major slides should Ball continue to miss time. So it would be nice to see Zion go back to the Carolinas, but I understand a realistic target might be another point guard and kind of move over Ball if they do get like a a Trey Jones. So we have Chicago Bulls. Dream Target, Walker Kessler, center, Utah. Nikola Jovic is having a strong season for the Bulls, but he's 34 years old and just one more year left in his contract. So he could walk. So I think the best bet for Chicago is to try to trade that player so they can get something in return. So I'm sorry. They want Kessler, but Kessler doesn't present the same package, but has far better defensive and proven himself as one of the shot backers in the league. The 23-year-old also leads the league in shooting at 72% while averaging 10 points. So they're trying to move on from Nikola and trying to get like a Walker Kessler. So you go from a 34-year-old to a 23-year-old. He's not as polished offensively as Nikola, but he's still young, 23, can give you some shot blocking. So that's very good for them. They could kind of develop him and still get somebody in return. But realistically, the Jazz is not interested in partnering ways with Kessler. Collins should be available. So power forward John Collins, the veteran forward, can play small ball 5 and is putting up 19 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. He's shooting 47% for the field for 3 in 18 games as a starter. So Cleveland had the best record in the league. They looking at Cameron Johnson from the Brooklyn Nets, one of the big names on the trade market who should actually be moved. Johnson is averaging 19.6, 42% shooting from the 3. But their realistic target, who they could probably get, is Larry Nash Jr., and he is currently out following hand surgery. Ugh. So they might want to look for somebody else. They can't get Cameron Jones. Dallas Mavericks. Jimmy Butler. Oh, that'd be a good. Yes. Let's get to the good part. I think the Mavericks should go all out to get Jimmy Butler. And I think Jimmy Butler will be a missing piece to the championship team. You know, they got Klay Thompson. They bring in the veteran Klay Thompson. You got Derek Lively. You got Luka. You got Kyrie. Yes. So still, Dallas could hobble enough salary together to get Butler's number, giving the Mavs the starting 5 of former playoff heroes of their quest to make it back to the finals. So they need to go all out to get Jimmy Butler forward for the Miami Heat. He brings toughness that they need. I would play him, like a small forward, and then oh my god, that'd be so that team up. Oh my god. So Mavericks, they need to get on it, but they're realistic as a point guard. With Doncic and Irving both missing chunks of the season, okay, I see that. The Mavericks should be on the lookout for a veteran upgrade over Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, that's true. The 32-year-old is averaging 13.1 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 3.9 assists this season. Yeah. You can always get another veteran. I like Malcolm Brogdon, but they should be on that phone. Denver Nuggets. So they want Bogdanovic, guard forward Atlanta Hawks, Few Nine Nuggets teammates have spent more time on the court together than Nikola Jokic and Brodanovic, a fellow Serbian who has joined the three-time MVP in the Olympics. Okay, so he's bringing his somebody he knows from the Atlanta Hawks. That's their dream target. Realistic, Daniel Theus, center, New Orleans Pelicans. This should be especially available for the last place Pelicans, but he's 32 years old, and he'll be like assurance playing behind Jokic. Okay. Pistons, my team. Guard Anthony Simmons, Portland Trailblazers. The Pistons got a good look at Simmons when he's dropped 36 points, 8 of 12 shooting from deep, to going on with 9 assists in a January 6th game in Detroit. Yeah, give this. With shooting guard Jaden Ivory sidelined with a broken leg, Simmons could be the ideal replacement as a scorer playmaker who helps the Pistons in a playoff race. Yeah, make that call, Pistons. But Bleacher Report says the realistic target is Colin Sexton, guard, Utah Jazz, of course. Asking price for Simmons is too high for a Pistons team that still owes first round pick to Minnesota. Ugh, yeah. Sexton should be a more affordable option who still feels a lot of the same needs. Well, yeah. You know, you don't want to give too many draft picks. You already owe a draft pick to a team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And brought Brandon Ingram give their clean future cap sheets. They say they make it calls for Zach Levine and Brandon Ingram. They try to clear up their cap space. Golden State Warriors. Oh, I like LeBron, but really, Golden State, well, what they say, it's a dream target. LeBron James, forward Los Angeles Lakers. I had to laugh because I like LeBron James, but yeah. How much you have to give up? He's 40 years old. He's still playing good, but he's 40. 40 is 40. How much are you going to give up? So, it says despite talk coming out of Golden State about not wanting to sacrifice the future with a panic trade, we're clearly seeing a regression out of Steph Curry this season. The Warriors team only has a chance at a title if they require another All-Star. You're not going to win with LeBron James. You need another All-Star to go with LeBron and Curry. That's just my thing. So a realistic target is Jonas Valanciunas, center Washington Wizards. So there has been no real answer at center for the Warriors this season. Getting a big body, Valanciunas, who's shown outside shooting ability in the past. Golden State center with 58 games of playoffs experience as well. And I want to make that trade. I like LeBron. You had talked to me maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Houston Rockets. De'Aaron Fox. Okay. Yeah. This year been kind of a disappointing with the Kings the way they played last year. In the last few years, they had playoff expectations, but they kind of regressed this year. And so, point guard De'Aaron Fox is a good pickup for the Houston Rockets. They're a young team. They had a turnaround, but they swapping out Fred VanVleet for Fox would be a huge upgrade for Houston, giving them an all-star point guard in his prime. Yeah, that'd be good. But their realistic target is Corey Kispert of the Washington Wizards, small forward. The Rockets rank 28th in three-point shooting, with 33.4%, and should be looking for more rings who could space the floor. So he's shooting at 38.8%. So he's shooting better than the whole team of the Houston Rockets. So that's interesting. Okay, let's move on. Indiana Pacers. Their dream target is Cam Johnson of the Brooklyn Nets. So it says we have not seen the same elite offense from Indiana this season. They ranked 19th and made 3-pointers per game. And they need a guy like Johnson to spread the floor. He's 28 years old and shooting above 48% from the outside. And he's versatile enough to play big in a Pacer lineup next to Pascal, Siakam, and Miles Turner. Or slide down the power forward when Indiana want. Okay. Yeah, that would be a nice move for Indiana. They need some shooting. They need some more bigger players that can spread the floor. But their realistic target is Luke Kennard, small forward, Memphis Grizzlies. Kennard's role in Memphis has been cut this season with the emergence of rookie Jalen Wells. When given the opportunity, however, the 28-year-old proves he could still provide at least shooting. So wow, he's shooting 41% when his name is called. Okay, and the Pacers definitely need some shooting. Let's go with the Clippers. Clippers look like they need to dump some salary again, which has been the last thing since the last 4 or 5 years. It says the Clippers ranks 24th for offense this season with 0.9 rating, yet are still 5th in the West with a 21-17 record. Adding an improving scorer like Ingram, who scores 22 points, 5.2 assists, to the core, James Harden, Norman Powell, will help solidify Los Angeles' place in a playoff picture. But the realistic is bringing Kyle Kuzma back to Los Angeles with the Clippers instead of the Lakers. Kuzma numbers are down this season, although a move from the Wizards to the Clippers should do wonders for scoring efficiency. The 29-year-old can score from all three levels, and underrated passer who can help offense climb back in the standings. Yes, that would be that would be like a poor man's Brandon Ingram. He can shoot from the outside. He can rebound. He's not as versatile as far as offensive skills as Brandon, but yeah, that's like the poor man's Brandon Ingram. I can see that. Let's go with the Lakers, other LA team. LaMelo Ball. Wow, okay. Well, that could be possible. They do need a point guard, and it'll seem like Charlotte and LaMelo see eye to eye all the time. It says trading for Ball increases Los Angeles title chances this year, and gives the team the 23-year-old point guard to build around for the future. Okay. So you pairing them with LeBron and Anthony, yeah, they all can stay healthy. LeBron will stay healthy. What about Anthony and LaMelo this year? But a realistic target for them, DeJounte Murray, point guard, Pelicans. The Lakers exploring a trade for Murray last year, a move that the Atlanta Hawks refused. With the Pelicans in the middle of a lost season, it would be worth checking the asking price of the 28-year-old, point guard. So next up is Memphis Grizzlies. Dream target Bruce Brown of the Toronto Raptors. When healthy, the Grizzlies don't possess a lot of weaknesses. Finding another experienced wing who can hit shots, defend, and who's going through the postseason battles. And yes, he won a championship with the Denver Nuggets. I think he will be valuable. So Brown should be available. The Toronto Raptors are 9-31 before he hits free agency this summer with 40 games of playoff experience. Brown could play a big role in the rotation of Memphis. Yeah, they could put them over a championship. So you could bring in a guy who has championship experience, hit the open shots. He played pretty good defense, but realistically, Cody Martin. Martin doesn't possess the same postseason as Brown, although he may be a solid two-way player for the Hornets the past years and healthy. So Charlotte improves by 8 points per 100 possessions with Martin on the floor. So he do help with the offensive efficiency. Next up, Miami Heat. Jonathan Kuminga, Golden State Warriors. It's tough to envision the Heat getting a better trade return for Jimmy Butler than Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins package for the Warriors. Also, okay, they're gonna give Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, and in the possible scenario of Jimmy Butler. Yeah, they could give more players than Dallas would be able to give. At the same time, will that help the Golden State Warriors? What team will be? Would it help the Miami Heat more to help the Golden State Warriors? Who they get back? I don't see how that's going to match up. Pairing Kuminga with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, along with the rest of the young talented Miami, gives the franchise a fresh start and would kill the Butler drama once and for all. So, but realistically, they said realistic target is Jeremy Grant. If the Heat trade Butler, or if they don't get Grant, is the type of versatile forward which could bring a big role as a scorer and step up defensively. 6'7" wing, averaged 19.6 and 39% from the three for the past 3 seasons in Portland. That's an interesting trade. Milwaukee Bucks. Let's see what Milwaukee at. Cameron Johnson, forward, Brooklyn Nets. Using Middleton's 31.2 salary as a base to send out trade to actually fetch another impact player, as long as the Bucks are willing to part with their 2031 unprotected first round. They should do that. Who knows going to be around 2031. Despite having both Giannis and Damian Lillard, Milwaukee ranks just 13th offensively this year. Johnson's give them a talented third scorer option who keeps the floor spread for Giannis to continue to dominate inside. But a realistic is the guard forward Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic role in Atlanta has been cut due to an infusion of young talent. Milwaukee had find more minutes for a team that doesn't possess much depth. Yeah, that would be nice for them. They do have depth problems the last few years with Chris Middleton, and then you had some players leave that was on that championship team. So that'd be pretty good. Let's go to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who did the swap with Randall and Cat. Let's see who. Gary Trent Jr., shooting guard. Another team facing second apron trade restrictions. The Wolves will only be able to trade. The Wolves will only be able to bring in guys on a minimum or near minimum signing unless they part with a core member. They really can't sign big free agents with the big money contracts. Trent was hoping to cash in this summer after inking a 1-year prove-it deal with the Bucks this past summer. Instead, he was benched in November and seeing his lowest scoring output, 9.6 per game, since the 2019-20 season. Still, Trent is a talented shooter, 42.5 from the three, will help Anthony Edwards. Yeah. But they're realistic as Javonte Green, guard forward. Green is doing a little bit of everything for the Pelicans, and 6'4", 205. He could end up playing a rotation role for the Timberwolves down the stretch of the playoffs. So let's go with the Pelicans. Dream target, a first pick for Brandon Ingram or CJ McCullough. So it seem like the Pelicans might be going through a fire sale. I think they really going to try to find a major swap foremost, a major swap with Zion Williamson. Zion is giving them problems. His weight is still up and down. His maturity is in question. He's not making it to practice on time. So he probably be the first they want to trade first. But they also said they want to trade a first round pick from Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. So they're 19 and 32 overall at the trade deadline right now. Ingram and McCollum are two veterans who are making over $30 million. So they trying to unload this big roster move they got. So realistically though, they probably only get second round pick for Brandon Ingram or McCollum. So McCollum is set to become a free agent in a few months, so they might make the Pels quick to sell him so they can get somebody else. They don't want to lose him for nothing. McCollum is 33 years old, and there's a chance New Orleans may not get a first round pick offer for either. That's true. They know they're desperate, so they might have to take anything they get. Not anything, but as good as possible. New York Knicks, Jonas Valanciunas, I never pronounce his name, from the Wizards. He's averaging 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists, 1 steals, 1 blocks, and 36 minutes to play. And he can back up Karl-Anthony Towns. That's a good backup for him. He's 32 years old, not too old. But target is Simone Fontecchio from the Detroit Pistons. New York doesn't have much wing depth and needs another reliable forward to keep OG and Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart somewhat fresh for the playoffs. He is 6'8", who's a career 37% shooter from the 3, and he should thrive getting open looks with Jalen Brunson drives. That's a good pick for them. 21, Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder. Dream targets, power forward, Zion Williamson. Adding a major talent like Williamson to a 33-16 seems unfair. Although OKC has draft picks and young talent to orchestrate a trade, a starting 5 of Shea Alexander, Lou Dort, Jalen Williamson, and Chet Holmgren would be a nightmare. Oh, that'd be a nice team. It'd be like the second coming of like how they started off: James Harden, Green, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, that young team. Can't think of the name. So yeah, but realistically, Cam Johnson, a dream target for most of the Nets. The Thunder will be a liable third scorer. Orlando Magic, LaMelo Ball, 28th ranked offense for Magic, is going to have a tough time winning a playoff series, no matter how good the team's defense may be. In addition, Ball will change everything for Orlando and bring the best out of Paulo and Franz Wagner. Yeah. That'd be a good because he's young as well. He's only 23 and he's like to pass first. He had other players to pass to. That'd be a good thing. But realistically, they're only gonna get D'Angelo Russell. Because they might have to trade some assets, and I don't think they want to do that. So it'll probably be easier to get D'Angelo Russell in a decent trade for them. They might not have to trade a first round for D'Angelo Russell. So Russell played his high school basketball in Orlando, outside of Orlando, so it'd be a good fit for him. It was easy to see Russell running the second team offense and serving as playmakers surrounding Orlando Stars. 23 is the Philadelphia 76ers. Santa Aldama, point forward, or power forward, excuse me, Memphis Grizz. As bad as the season has gone for Philly, the 76ers just sit 2 games out of the playoff play-in tournament in the East. It should be motivation for the Sixers to buy Aldama as a top target. The 6'11 forward is averaging a career-high 12.7 points and 7.0 rebounds for the Grizzlies. But what do they have to give up? Because he seemed like a pretty good player that the Memphis Grizzlies need as a good big off the bench. So what do they have to give up? But a realistic player is Corey Kispert of the Washington Wizards. Philly is ranked 23rd or worse in both three-point makes and attempts this season. Shooting is an issue, whether the stars are healthy or not. Now, Kispert is a reliable force placer who is built to play off ball dominant stars. He'll be a strong fit for years to come. That'd be nice. Be nice for him. Phoenix Suns. You got Jimmy going everywhere. Jimmy Butler, forward Miami Heat. So he's 35, isn't a perfect fit for roster, especially with a 36-year-old Kevin Durant. Nah. But if such a move gets Bradley Beal's contract off the books, the Suns should go for it. Yeah. They're trying to get rid of some of these contracts. So, yes, Butler could fit in with a lot of playoff teams, but I disagree when they say it to be intriguing and they will be tough in the playoff series. I don't like the way sometimes Devin Booker play in the playoffs, and Durant still kind of not Durant of old to me. But they say a realistic target is Kelly Olynyk from the Toronto Raptors. Even after trading for Richards, making a deal for Olynyk gives the Suns a floor spacing big they really don't possess. He's 33. He's a good passer who's making 42.3% of his threes in Toronto, and that's more realistic. That's more. He's a little bit younger, and he's a little bit bigger. They probably need somebody that can space the floor more, play some D, get some rebounds, and also shoot the three-point shot. 25, Portland Trailblazers. So I keep seeing his name come up. Jonathan Kuminga, Golden State Warriors. So they say he's only flirted with being a long-time starter with the Warriors, yet would slide into a wide-open role in Portland. Yeah, it'd be good for Portland. So realistically, they said Juwan Howard's son. He's 6'8" and showing occasional flash of potential. 21 points in January 5th game against the Utah Jazz. He probably see some more playing time. Now he's young, so Jet Howard will be more of what Portland would get, because they don't want to probably give up more draft picks to get Kuminga. Sacramento Kings, dream target Caleb Martin. Kings have played much better basketball in the past 2 weeks and shouldn't be looking to shake up their core with another flashy move. Instead, trading for a good two-way player like Martin to join their rotations. 29-year-old had averaged 9.7 points, rebounds, 20.4 assists, 2.4 assists, and 39.7 from the field. Realistic, Robert Williams III, Portland Trailblazers. Williams is a mid-range, elite rim protector who gives the Kings change of pace behind Domantas Sabonis. He's only 27 years old He averaged 14 points and 10.9 rebounds, 1.6 steals in this season, 36 minutes of play. To me, I like Williams better. He should be the dream target instead of realistic target. Yeah, he's younger. Okay, let's go with the Spurs. 27 to 30 teams. Let's see what they. De'Aaron Fox, Sacramento Kings. As much as the Kings may want to hold on to Fox, few teams to make better offers with a collection of draft picks. Yep, Spurs got all those draft picks. Pairing Fox with Victor Wemby, Stephon Castle, and Devin Vassell, and others to help push San Antonio into the playoffs. Yep. LaVine is joining arguably the best season of his career. Red hot as of late with 32 points, 5.9 rebounds, 4.9 assists, while shooting 48% from three over the last 7 games. His big contract also runs out in the summer. That Wemby pressured max extension would kick in, making LaVine's money more digestible. Yeah, that'd be not a bad fit. The Spurs go to a young Spurs team. Yeah, that'd be more realistic. Yeah. Toronto. Nick Claxton, center. While starting center Jacob Pulte is set to turn 30 later this year, the rapper should be exploring younger options at the position. Claxton, 25, mostly fixed the deadline of his core and is more mobile defender. And two would join a core of Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quigley, and others. Bobo. Bobo has been out of the Sun rotation all season. The addition of veteran Nick Richards in a trade isn't going to help set the floor. Toronto might as well take a flyer on a 7'3" senior who has shown some outside shooting ability in the past. He is worth throwing into the fire in a lost season and see if he's a decent backup. I would try to go for Nick Claxton. So I wonder how much people have to give up for that. Yeah, I don't see Bobo. Utah Jazz. Dream target Jabari Smith Jr. Houston Rockets. At the Jazz shop their veterans around the league for draft picks and young talent. The Rockets are a intriguing trade partner due to their recent core of first-round picks. Smith is currently sidelined with a broken hand, an injury that the Jazz could be patient with. This is a team that needs to be bad this season and could offer Smith an extension when he becomes eligible this summer. So, realistically, Osman Dean, forward, Oklahoma City, 6'10", and the potential that a team like Utah should be targeting in trades. No longer part of a long-term plans at OKC, Dean could find a new life with real minutes while playing for a good coaching staff. Yeah, that'd be a good fit for them. Last but not least, the Wizards. Washington targeting Jeremy Sochan from the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs become buyers at the deadline and look to bring more veterans like the Wizards should try to jump in the third team to acquire Sochan's services. The 21-year-old is averaging 13.4, 8.1 rebounds, shooting 53% from the field. This season. That's not bad. Realistic. Drace Walker, Indiana Pacers. Another forward who was selected in the lottery, Walker has yet to break out of the limited role with the Pacers. The Wizards will be able to offer him more time and starting job to unlock Walker's still high potential. Now that's more realistic. I don't see them San Antonio giving up I mean, the Wizards. No, San Antonio giving Jeremy up. So right now they could probably get Walker probably for a second round or something like that. So wow. Okay, fair use. Says Florida State. This is from MSN. Florida State Seminoles beat Pittsburgh 82-70 on Wednesday night. Some highly contested regular season ACC action. So, but they say it was a dunk, and then they started a brawl as the buzzer sound. So one of the players, okay, so Pitt scored 14 with 14 seconds remaining, and all FSU had to do was to run out the clock. But freshman Daquan Davis decided to pass the ball to Malik Ewing under the basket just for him to get one last dunk. The Pitt players, it's unwritten rules. This happened. They got in their feelings. Pitt, who apparently very big on unwritten rules, was not happy. Panthers guard Ishmael Leggett had words for Ewing, and other coaches lined up to shake the hands. The decision both continued to escalate, and they had to be physically restrained. So, very use. Excuse the commercial.
A big win against Pitt here on its home court on a Wednesday night in the ACC.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back.
It's your victory of the season. They have it. A big win against Pitt here on its home court on a Wednesday night in the ACC.
Second hands.
Seminole team that's been oh so good at home this
Don't
season.
tell people. Mad at one of the players. Now here's some other players. State players. Some stuff in there.
It was a hotly contested game between these two.
It was. I hope that nothing serious comes out of all of that.
So yeah, they pushing, shoving each other. I don't know why they had usually just round the clock. They upset their loss, and they 3-3 in the conference. They stuck 12-5. They both 3-3 in the conference. They both 12-5. Now, after the win, they still pushing and shoving under the tunnel. They going after each other. So yeah, Jeff didn't like it, and I think he shouldn't have. I understand that he's emotional. He shouldn't have went after. I don't think a coach should ever confront a player. This is college. It's not the pros. It's a little different. They're basically kids. Even though you got some young players in the NBA who's in their late teens, early 20s, they still professionals. These are college kids, and I think it was not right for Capo to do that. Not everybody teasing them. Yeah, it was wrong for both teams. Well, maybe Florida State should have did that, but Jeff was wrong for confronting a player and not confronting the coach. You have a problem, you tell the coach, hey. Or, in the press conference, say, hey, I didn't like that. I don't think that was appropriate, and that's it. Just leave it alone. You confronted the player, you cross your players to confront the players. Now that they got the coach pushing and shoving, and the players are pushing and shoving. So maybe he should not have did that. That's not good at all. And so Jeff, I'm sure he upset about that, but he also should be upset that he confronted the young guy. And that's not good. So yeah. So my assessment is they should not have the handshake line. It's a little too emotional. Things can happen. One young lady, I think a year before last, maybe 2 years ago, was charged for punching a player in the handshake line. It's just a unnecessarily drama that sometimes it causes. And at the college level, no. That's just my opinion. This is Miss D for 6 Sports. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.